Taking a machine learning model out of a Jupyter notebook and turning it into a living production system is a rigorous engineering challenge. This 15-day roadmap lays out the central loop you need to build: training, serving, monitoring, and retraining. In the broader industry, 87% of machine learning models never reach production. They get stuck on laptops or fail quietly when exposed to live traffic. By adopting MLOps, you ensure reproducible experiments, faster deployment times, and automated retraining when your data shifts. MLOps is a fundamental requirement for any model intended to provide real-world value. It provides the infrastructure necessary to move past manual handoffs. This diagram illustrates how MLOps sits at the intersection of machine learning, data, and software engineering. It functions as a shared contract between data engineers building pipelines, data scientists designing experiments, and ML engineers scaling the system. Most teams start at maturity level 0, relying on manual processes and script-driven handoffs. The goal over these 15 days is to reach level 2, full CI/CD automation, where pipelines themselves are built, tested, and deployed to create an end-to-end loop. To get there, you must establish the first rule of MLOps: version everything. As detailed here, Git alone fails because it wasn't built for gigabyte-scale snapshots. You need to version code, data, models, and environments using tools like DVC to pin every dependency. Establishing this shared truth guarantees that any team member can trace a model back to its exact inputs, making the entire system reproducible and auditable. Moving into day 4, this workflow shows the stages of a robust data pipeline. Notice the validation gate right after ingestion. If expectations for schema or volume aren't met, the pipeline is designed to fail fast, preventing malformed data from ever reaching the training stage. If the logic used to format data for training differs even slightly from the logic used in production, you encounter training serving skew. The model will score perfectly offline, but generate invalid predictions when serving live users. This diagram shows how a feature store solves that problem. By acting as a central catalog, it guarantees that the exact same feature definitions are executed consistently for both offline training runs and online serving applications. Managing your data logic through a centralized repository ensures absolute consistency. It eliminates the most common cause of silent model failure by keeping your training environment and your production environment perfectly aligned. In day 7, we tackle reproducibility. This graphic breaks down 5 sources of non-determinism in machine learning training, from random seeds to hardware variations. By utilizing environment locking and strict containerization, you ensure the exact same code and data always yield the exact same model. Once a model is trained reliably, it moves into a model registry. This catalog manages the life cycle of your models, tracking their journey from initial registration through rigorous staging and finally into production. To evaluate models, we look past simple accuracy. This threshold trade-off graph illustrates the balance between precision and recall. Next, we apply slice evaluation. Measuring performance across specific user segments, like mobile traffic, reveals blind spots that overall accuracy hides. A robust model is defined by a comprehensive decision document, measuring potential costs across critical business segments, rather than relying on a single aggregate average. On day 10, we package the model for deployment. This illustration details the specific components required for a production-ready package: the trained weights, the pre-processing code, the exact dependency lock file, and health check endpoints. Depending on your latency requirements, you will deploy this package using one of 3 serving patterns. You can score large datasets offline with batch serving, respond to user requests instantly via real-time serving, or process continuous event streams. To automate this deployment, we use CI/CD pipelines adapted for machine learning. This table shows how standard continuous integration and delivery are expanded by the 4 Cs, adding continuous training to handle new data and continuous monitoring to watch live behavior. This diagram compares safe release strategies. A shadow deployment runs the new model on live data without affecting users. A Canary rollout exposes a small percentage of real traffic to gauge performance, allowing you to halt the release if error rates spike. A properly configured deployment pipeline serves as a strict quality gate. It guarantees that only fully tested, superior models reach your users. Once in production, models fail quietly. These graphs illustrate the three kinds of drift. Data drift happens when input distributions change. Concept drift occurs when the underlying relationship between inputs and targets evolves. Monitoring these signals catches errors before actual ground truth labels arrive. When drift breaches an acceptable threshold, it triggers the automated retraining loop shown here. The system automatically assembles fresh data, retrains the model, and evaluates it against the current production baseline. To prevent an automated pipeline from pushing a broken model, you must install guardrails. Implementing cooldown periods between runs and requiring strict minimum performance margins ensures that an anomaly doesn't cause an automatic regression. A deployed model requires continuous observation. By automating both the monitoring and the retraining, you maintain a system that adapts to changing data without breaking. Day 15 brings everything together into a single reference architecture. We start at the raw data source, move through ingestion and the feature store, execute the training pipeline, deploy via CI/CD, and close the loop with continuous monitoring and automated retraining triggers. As you manage these systems, rely on these 10 core rules. Remember that data is a dependency that must be versioned like code, and that silence in a production system is never a guarantee of health. Building a working model is only the starting point. The automated loop you have engineered over these 15 days is what keeps it relevant in a changing production environment.